manager or team lead or a colleague doesn't know how to offer useful feedback? What if they make vague, general comments that don't really give you any clue about what you could do differently? I'm going to teach you how to get beneath the surface of those comments and find something useful. A woman in one of my workshops told me about feedback that she'd gotten during her annual performance evaluation. There was the usual stuff about goals and accomplishments. And then her manager told her, "You're too nice." What the heck are you supposed to do with that? Learn how to be mean? Now, at the time, the person who received that useless bit of feedback didn't know how to respond. But here's what you can do in case you ever get a vague label masquerading as feedback. I call this backleading. So when your manager offers a label, you're too nice, you're too brusque, you're direct, you're conflict avoidant, here's how you can uncover the valuable information in that comment. I'm going to use the too nice example. The very first thing is to remember that this is not the truth about you. It's one person's perspective. You may want to consider it, but it's only one person's perspective. So let the sting scroll by and get curious. Then create an opening. So ask your manager or whoever it is it okay if I ask you some questions so I can understand better? If they say no, or respond with something like, "Do you know exactly what I mean?" that's a different problem. One that can be fixed by finding a manager with better skills for a management role. In the meanwhile, if you want to pursue it, and your manager won't help, you could gather feedback on your own from trusted colleagues, following this same general pattern. Ask for data. So you could say, "Can you give me some examples of when I've been too nice? Are there times you think that style does work for me?" Understand the impact. So you could ask, "How do you see my style impacting my ability to do my job? How might it get in the way of my advancing in my career?" Then make a request. "Will you work with me? I want to figure this out and develop and practice a different way to approach these situations where being nice might not serve me." Or you could ask to attend some sort of assertiveness training or training appropriate to whatever the issue is. You'll recognize this format for feedback. It's the one I covered in my earlier video. You create an opening, you share some data, you articulate the impact, and then you make a request for some sort of problem solving. Essentially, you're backleading your manager, just like you would if you had a dance partner who didn't really know the steps. Now, if you sense any hesitance, but not an outright no when you ask for examples, ask for a follow-up meeting, and then help set the agenda. So you ask, "Can we have a follow-up meeting? It would really help me to have some examples of when this style doesn't work for me and when it might work for me. I'd like to understand how you see it impacting my effectiveness." The truth is that many companies don't train managers to offer useful feedback. So your manager may not be prepared with examples. He or she may not realize that examples are essential if they really want someone to benefit from their feedback. But now, you don't have to wait for someone else to learn how to give useful feedback. You can unearth information that might be valuable to you by backleading. If you found this valuable, like the video. Check out the description. I'll include some links to articles there. And I'll see you in the next video.